There's a feeling of excitement, you can see it everywhere. The pride of our whole region is the heartbeat that we share. The heartbeat that we share. Taking pride in Mobile. Haven't you noticed? We've got it all right here at home. Nothing can stop us. Taking pride in where we're going. Taking pride in who we are. Mobile, show your pride. Together we'll go far. Mobile, show your pride. Together we'll go far.
When you take a look around you, no matter where you stand, you see proud families, friends and neighbors sharing gifts and helping hands. We're people helping people, and we're proud that we can say we're always getting better, growing stronger every day, taking pride in Mobile. Haven't you noticed? We've got it all right here at home. Nothing can stop us. Taking pride in where we're going. Taking pride in who we are. Mobile, show your pride. Together we'll go far. There's a feeling of excitement, you can see it everywhere. The pride of our whole region is the heartbeat that we share. The heartbeat that we share. Taking pride in Mobile. Haven't you noticed? We've got it all right here at home. Nothing can stop us. Taking pride in where we're going. Taking pride in who we are.
From the Spring Hill Toyota Traffic Center.
You're traveling in Pensacola. We've got a traffic signal malfunctioning on North Davis Highway at Brent Lane. Also, we have some congestion still developing on eastbound Highway 98 at the Bankhead Tunnel from Government to I-10, 3-minute drive time. And on Highway 59 from I-10 to Gulf Shores, it's a 49-minute drive. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Bakke.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com, and we sell custom blinds, shades, and shutters at low prices. Our blinds are handcrafted to fit your windows, and if they don't, for any reason, we'll remake them for free. Your satisfaction is always guaranteed at Blindster.com.
If you see traffic trouble, call the Acadian Windows traffic tip line at pound 250, keyword total traffic when prompted. Acadian Windows, your hurricane protection specialists.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bank. That's bank. Enter it now at newsradio710.com. The Uncle Henry Show. Weekday afternoons from 5 till 7.
Hey, Uncle Henry, is there any explanation as to why the Mobile water smells like it fell out of a bong?
Press 4 for the previous message deleted.
Mobile
Press
Bay,
4
Alabama.
For the previous
Secretly awesome. This is the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM. Thank you. I appreciate very much you listening to the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710. Yes, I have a deep appreciation for this, as I still need my paycheck. And I also feel a kinship with anyone that listens to AM radio. I really do. Those of you that are listening online on the iHeartRadio app, or those of you who are watching on YouTube, I appreciate that very much, but I don't feel the same kinship as I do with the AM radio listener. It's a special type of person, the AM radio listener, that is special like me. We're like that. We just like those old appliances. In fact, I was sitting today here up at News Radio 710, and I was sitting next to a box, a box-shaped item in a room, and one of the younger employees walked up to me and said, "Hey, what's that?" And I said, "Oh, it's a radio." Yes, that happened today here in the building. Anyway, here we are together, me and you, enjoying this Monday together, this first Monday that we'll share together in the month of November. Yes, it's a brand new month full of promise. Let's make the best of this month together. Now, today, a big day in Mobile history, as we had the new mayor sworn in. Mayor Spiro was sworn in today, along with the Mobile City Council. We'll get to some of that. As I go through the show with you today, I will bring you a little bit of things said at the swearing in of the mayor and council today, which went on entirely too long, but we'll get into all of that as we move forward. I do want a couple of things before I go into all that stuff and other news items that we can get to. First, want to say pray for Ron Reams. Now, Ron Reams is he's just got a flu-like illness, but he reached out to me and said, "Hey, if you don't mind praying for my family, because we've all got this." And he described symptoms. Now, I'm not going to read the description of symptoms to you, because you might be getting ready to have a meal of some kind. So, I don't want to get in between you and your meal with a description of Ron Reams' illness. Suffice it to say, it's an illness that you wouldn't want described before a meal. So, please pray. Include him in your prayers. Not just Ron Reams, but the entire family of Ron. They all seem to have come down with the same old thing. So, hope he feels better soon. Also, I want to tell you about something. I want to tell you just a little bit about Halloween. One of my least favorite days of the year would be Halloween. And I'm sure, yes, I've got a list somewhere of days I'm not a big fan of. We'll get into that maybe one day. Halloween, not a great day. A few things that I wanted to mention about Halloween. After dark, during trick-or-treating time, my wife needed something from the store. And she said, "Would you mind going to the store?" And I said, "No, ma'am," because I try to do what I'm told. And so I went to the store, and I drove through the streets of the city of Mobile during trick-or-treating hours. The sun was down. It was dark. There was no twilight. Driving through the streets of Midtown Mobile. Now, I hadn't done that in many Halloweens recently. I didn't realize that just driving down the street was considered an insult. Many families. I found that in my part of Midtown, I live near Murphy, and a lot of visitors were there visiting, just I guess wanting to see what we were handing out. And there were many angry parents and guardians. I was going as slow. I was like a molasses driver, and still, just the fact that I had a vehicle, I got some dirty looks, some hand gestures. Some of them I understood. Some of them probably were new combinations of cuss words that I'm not familiar with. But I got a lot of hand gestures about just driving down the road. Anyway, I got to the store. This is Halloween night. Trick-or-treating is going on. I went into the store. I found the item that my wife wanted me to bring back to the home. When I walked out of the store, for the first time in my life, I was panhandled on Halloween. And I found it, and it was, of course, immediately confusing. It was very confusing because on Halloween, I'm used to people asking me for stuff because it's Halloween. People show up and they want stuff from you or they'll trick you. So, but I was not at my house. Somebody was asking for money outside of the store. And it was genuinely confusing because first I thought, wait, is this a real panhandler? Or is it somebody dressed up as a panhandler for a Halloween costume? And maybe they're just having a good time and they're having fun and they're on their way to the Halloween costume party and whatever it is. And so I had to confirm. I said, is this true? I mean, you really asking me for cash here on Halloween night? And the person said, yes, sir. If I just need a couple of bucks. Well, anyway. Now, I did not give cash to the panhandler because I've been told by every homeless advocate that I've interviewed in the last 20 years has told me that cash is not. You can give food, you can give bottles of water, you can offer a ride to the shelter. There's a variety of things you can do, but money not usually the answer in these situations. And so it turns out it was an actual real panhandler. I'm mentioning this so that if there are any panhandlers listening, because there's something about panhandling that feels AM radio to me. I don't know what it is, but it has an AM radio feel to it. If you are a panhandler, remember that it's going to be a little more difficult or easy on Halloween, depending on where you panhandle. Now, if you're just in the parking lot and you're asking people for money, they're going to be confused the way I was. But if you just were to walk into a neighborhood, then you might get candy and cash, depending on the temperament of the homeowner. Just want to throw that out there for the panhandlers in the future. Panhandled on Halloween night. And I was as perplexed as I could be when I was panhandled on Halloween night. Didn't know if it was real or a costume. All right, there's more to get to. Of course, we have today's swearing-in ceremonies and all that. All of that and more coming up here on the Uncle Henry Show.
710 Time Saver Traffic from the Main Street Flooring and Design Traffic Center.
You're traveling in Pensacola. We've got a traffic signal malfunctioning on North Davis Highway at Brent Lane. Also, we have some congestion still developing on eastbound Highway 98 at the Bankhead Tunnel from Government to I-10, 3-minute drive time. And on Highway 59 from I-10 to Gulf Shores, it's a 49-minute drive. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Bakke.
This report is sponsored.
YouTube viewers, if there are any, thank you for looking. In fact, I'm going to check right now and see if I've got any viewers on YouTube. And first I have to find my own channel. Bear with me. And there's a small number of people looking. Thank you, small number of people looking at the program here on YouTube. Hello to Pat Nelly. Love you back, Pat. I love you back. Ben Griffin. I think I love Ben too. Sometimes I wonder if it's just affection, but I think it's love. Ben Griffin, hello to you. Brent Amaker, the illustrator. You know, I've been wanting to call you, and I never know when. I'm afraid to call Brent Amaker because he's always, when he's not working, he's drawing, which is also working. You don't want to stop an artist when they're in the middle of something. So, Brent Amaker, great to see you. Richard Harvey, I'm gonna say that I do feel a Christian love towards you. We'll leave it at that. Hello, Art. Hello, USA Nutrition, Bama Big Man, Excalibur Iron Force, Chuck, the mature Chuck bringing some maturity and common sense to this. Thank the Lord. Nelson, hello to you. Sharon of Fairhope, U.S. Coast Guard wife. Anybody that I haven't seen, Tarzan, Moon Fairy. Moon Fairy. There's something about it. Hasn't all social media turned adults into children somehow? Not that I'm making a comment on screen names. I'm just saying. Thank you all for looking in. All right, what else can I tell you? I don't know that there is a lot I can tell you because I need to save any material I've got for the radio today. I watched the swearing in stuff for the city council and the mayor, and I'm letting you know. I'm going to try to be as positive as I can be. I'm going to try to be positive. And there's stuff to be positive about, but for some of the people that serve in office, you can tell that they've got very high self-esteem, and they'll enjoy talking about themselves. And I'll just put it there. Oh, you were there, Pat Nelly, for the swearing in? You know, I have never gone to a council meeting in Government Plaza. I went to so many council meetings back in the old City Hall. When they moved into that monstrosity, I vowed not to attend any there. I may go address the council at some point next year. Oh, they wanted to put you in the paddy wagon. What did you do, Pat Nelly? Oh, well, I have no time to find out. Yeah, I've watched the sunset before the show started.
Next episode of Our American Stories.
This is the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM.
The Uncle Henry Show, News Radio 710 WNTM. It is 5:20. Telephone number, if you'd like to call in and tell me about something, 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. Email address, unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. That's unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. Now, today was the swearing in of the new mayor and city council for the city of Mobile and other municipalities around the state. Now, you can watch the entire thing for the city of Mobile on the City of Mobile's YouTube channel if you want to watch all the speeches. It was one of the few times council meetings are generally fun for all, because everybody that was sworn in won an election and their families were there. So most people were happy. At a lot of council meetings, you have some people that are happy and some people that feel like the government has stepped on them and left them. But you didn't have that at today's festivities. They had the swearing in. Now, I thought you might want to hear some of the new mayor, Mayor Spiro Chirigatis. So I'll share with you not all of his speech. He talked for 8 or 9 minutes. I'm not going to share the whole thing with you. Again, you can watch it all on YouTube. I thought you might want to hear some of it, though, just to get the tone. Here is the new mayor addressing his city as mayor for the first time.
Standing before this crowd today is one of the greatest honors of my life. To the citizens of the city of Mobile, thank you. Serving as your mayor is not a responsibility I will take lightly. You have placed your trust in me, and I will work every single day to continually earn that trust. First, I must thank God for his guidance and the many blessings he's bestowed upon me, my family, and the city of Mobile. I pray for his continued wisdom as I seek to lead our city with faith, integrity, and resolve.
And I'm pausing there just to say I would like to thank all of the council people and the mayor that did mention the Lord today. I'm appreciating that more and more as each day goes by. And again, I don't want to live in a theocracy or anything like that, but I do appreciate people expressing their faith that way. So thank you for those that expressed their faith today at the council meeting.
Next, I have to thank my family, Lucy, our children, Nick, Jack, Elle, and Mary Barton. I couldn't do it without you. Your love and encouragement and the sacrifice that you've made mean the world to me, and I thank you. To my mom, my sister.
Now, I think, I wasn't sure because I wasn't looking real close at the screen on YouTube, but I think there was a little emotion here from the mayor when he was thanking his family.
On my family that are here today, to my father and my grandparents who have already left this life, thank you for lifting me up, for believing in me, and for instilling in me the values that will continue to guide me as I seek to lead this city. And to my campaign team, you're scattered around, hey. I wouldn't be here without you. To all the people who stood beside me as we fought this fight, as we ran this campaign, thank you. To every volunteer, every donor, every friend, every trusted advisor, you helped us carry a tremendous load. You knocked on doors, you made phone calls, you sent out countless texts. You offered wise counsel, and you pushed me when I needed it most. Thank you. You reminded me always of what this race is truly about, the future of our city. I would not be standing at this podium without you. Thank you. Mayor Stimson can't be here today. He's being honored in Montgomery, but I have to talk about him a little bit. To Mayor Stimson and the incredible city employees who serve Mobile every day, thank you. Because of Mayor Stimson's leadership, along with this council, Mobile is positioned for a strong and bright future. I'm grateful for that foundation, and I look forward to building upon it. To the thousands of city employees who wake up every day to serve our citizens, you make this city better. You are the backbone of Mobile. I cannot wait to work alongside you. You've set a high bar, a high standard for dedication and public service. My goal as your mayor is to meet that same standard every day. We can only succeed if we succeed together. I have to express my gratitude for the council. I think our council and our mayor are working better than in the history of our city, better together. I thank you for that. I thank you for welcoming me to this position. I've received a warm welcome from each one of you, and I so look forward to working with you. I know that we all have the same common goal, and that is a brighter future for our city, and I look forward to chasing it with you. I know that the success of my administration, my time as mayor, will depend upon a strong, collaborative, and productive relationship with this council. I know that we won't always agree, but you have my faith and my commitment that I will always work in good faith, with transparency, and with an unwavering dedication to the people we serve. To the future of Mobile is our shared responsibility, and I look forward to rolling up my sleeves and getting to work with you. As we begin this new era, our team is focused on hitting the ground running. In fact, I'm going to go get to work as soon as this is over. The challenges for our city that lay ahead, they're very real, but so are the opportunities, and I look forward to seizing them with you. We will work to strengthen public safety so every neighborhood is safe and
Good.
feels secure.
Good.
We will collaborate to create affordable and desirable housing in every neighborhood across our city. We will work with the community to build a public transportation system that people want to ride and that will serve the people who depend upon it most better.
Okay, and I've made my suggestions in the past about making a public transportation system people would want to ride. Put nail salons on there and vape shops.
We will invest in workforce development and seek to open doors for our citizens and preparing our city for the thousands of jobs that we know are on the way. We will continue to improve public services so that mobility service.
And then the microphone went out a few times
and
during Mayor Spiro's speech.
By building unity, one conversation, one partnership, and one neighborhood at a time.
All right, there is more to his speech. I ain't going to play the rest of it. We're up on a break. You can watch his entire speech on the City of Mobile's YouTube channel. Look under their live videos for that. A lot of humility there from the incoming Mayor Spiro.
Time saver traffic from the Main Street Flooring and Design Traffic Center.
We have a signal light malfunctioning eastbound on Brent Lane at the intersection with northbound Davis Highway. Watch for slowing on Highway 98 from Daphne to I-10. It's a 9-minute drive. And on Highway 59 from I-10 to Gulf Shores, it's a 49-minute drive. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Bakke.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Need new blinds? At Blindster.com, we offer guaranteed low prices, guaranteed satisfaction, free samples, and free shipping. At Blindster, we take the fear out of ordering custom blinds, shades, and shutters so you can do it yourself and save big. Blindster.com.
Hello, I'm Cameron Taylor with Fox 10 News. For the first time since 2013, Mobile has sworn in a new mayor. During a ceremony, former Judge Spiro Cheraganis was sworn in as the new mayor. Cheraganis defeated State Rep Barbara Drummond in a close runoff race. He follows outgoing Mayor Sandy Stimson, who served in that role for more than a decade. Now in Pritchard, Carlotta Davis was sworn in as the mayor, and we have more information about this on our website, fox10tv.com. Auburn fired head football coach Hugh Freeze during his third season. Auburn Athletic Director John Cohen made the announcement Sunday. The move follows Auburn's 10-3 loss to Kentucky. Now, the Tigers have dropped 5 of their last 6 games. Freeze is the 4th SEC coach to be fired this season. Defensive coordinator DJ Durkin will serve as interim until a new head coach is appointed. One of the monkeys that escaped last week after a truck overturned on a Mississippi highway was shot and killed early Sunday by a woman who says she feared for the safety of her children. Jessica Bond Ferguson says she was alerted Sunday by her 16-year-old son, who said he thought he saw a monkey running in the yard outside their home. She got out of bed, grabbed her gun and her cell phone, and stepped outside, where she saw the monkey about 60 feet away. Bond Ferguson said she and other neighbors had been warned the escaped monkeys carried diseases, so she fired her gun. The Sheriff's Office says the Mississippi Department of Wildlife, Fisheries, and Parks took possession of the monkey. I'm Cameron Taylor with Fox 10 News on this iHeart radio station.
Auburn University fires head football coach Hugh Freeze. That announcement over the weekend after a disappointing 10-3 home loss to Kentucky. That brings the overall Freeze record to 15-19. Defensive coordinator DJ Durkin's been tapped as the interim head coach. This fan telling WBRC it's about time.
He's been given a lot of opportunities over the past few years, and he hasn't seemed to really change anything that drastically.
Auburn will have to pay Freeze a little more than $15 million. NASA laying off dozens of employees at the Marshall Space Flight Center in Huntsville. U.S. Representative Robert Adderholt confirming the layoffs, saying they involve contract workers with the International Space Station. This is ahead of the agency's plan to deorbit the mission in 2030. The jobs included communicating with astronauts who are conducting experiments on board. I'm Leah Brandon.
This is News Radio 710 WNTM. Fox
Fox News, I'm John Saucier. The federal funding for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program has run out. The Trump administration will temporarily resume the program as the government shutdown continues. House Speaker Mike Johnson on Fox says SNAP program is being misused, pointing blame at Democratic-led states.
They allowed illegal aliens to siphon off those resources that were intended for Americans who are truly in need. We're working to change that, but it's a step-by-step process here.
The program supports more than 40 million Americans to help purchase food. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer pushes back against President Trump's claims that the cost of groceries is falling.
Which grocery store does he shop in? Probably none. But when Donald Trump celebrates that grocery prices are going down, it's a surprise to people who actually shop at grocery stores.
Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says flights will continue to be canceled because of air traffic controller shortage. America's listening to Fox News.
YouTube viewers going to be back on the radio here in less than 2 minutes. Chuck Schumer. I wonder what grocery stores Chuck Schumer shops at. Let's see. If anybody is still watching on YouTube, it's I don't know why, but I find that noticing that the sun has already set really irritates me. It does. This whole standard time I'm very irritated by it. I'm going to be back on the radio here in about a minute and a half, less than a minute and a half. Hey, Rick Henry. Good to see you there. And I see Chuck, Pat Nelly, you said the government plaza is gross. Really? I don't remember. Like more details on that in the future. I'm going to be back on in about 20 seconds. KP of ShirtButter.com. Good to see KP. Well, this is, I disagree. I like daylight saving time. I'm not a fan of standard, which we are now on. Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM. Thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. If you want to call the show, telephone number 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. Email address, unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. Today, the swearing in of a new Mobile City Council and new mayor at Government Plaza. You can watch all of it on the City of Mobile's YouTube channel. Thought you might want to hear a little bit more of it. I don't have a big, long bunch of speeches for you to listen to like I did with the new mayor, Spiro Cheragatos, but thought you might want to hear just a little bit from the other people that were sworn in today. Corey Penn, Mobile City Councilman Corey Penn. I think this is his second term. I think it's his second term. Now I've not met and interacted with Corey Penn, but he seems to be a very nice guy. Just from watching on YouTube, he seems to be a nice guy. But he also seems to love hearing himself talk. He really he loves a microphone. And Corey Penn loves to hear himself talk. So here's a little bit. I'm not going to share with you his entire speech because after he gave a speech, other council people kept referring back to how long he talked. So here's about 1 minute of Corey Penn's speech. It was the most energetic most crowd-pleasing speech of the day.
This is just the beginning, because when I look around Mobile, I see potential, I see purpose, and I see power, because we are Mobile. When I say we are, I want you to say Mobile. We are. Mobile. That's right. And since we are, that means we have to move forward together. We have to be stronger together. And to keep growing, we must do three things. We have to imagine. Say imagine. We have.
Now, see, I'm sorry to interrupt him there, because there's only a few seconds left to play of him. But whenever I go to a concert or something like that, and the performer tries to get me to participate as an audience member, where they'll say, okay, we want this side of the auditorium to clap with here, and then when the other side of the auditorium, we want you to clap over. I always think, no, I didn't pay for that. I paid you to entertain me, not me. Anyway, the audience participation, not necessary for a swearing-in speech. But let's go back to the energetic swearing-in speech from Corey Penn.
Ignite, say ignite. And we have to inspire, say inspire. Imagine our neighborhoods with resources they need. Imagine families thriving. Imagine every child have equal opportunity.
Imagine every pothole filled and every street paved.
Right now we see in our community and our country, people are dealing with SNAP issues and being cut and all these things, but we are Mobile, and we can come together and make change. We can support these issues. We can come together and make sure that everybody have the needs to move our city forward. But we can't stop at imagining. We have to move to ignite.
All right, so then you have to go back through imagining, igniting, and then inspiring. So Corey Penn spoke energetically. The crowd enjoyed it, even though he talked longer than most people would have preferred that he talk, due to his enjoyment of his own talking. Now, after he gave his lengthy talk, we had another city councilman get sworn in, and that would be the brand new Councilman Bo Fleming, representing District 5. Here's just a little bit of him, because at the beginning of his speech, he mentions the Corey Penn speech.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So I was pretty excited to be here. I have to admit I was even a little nervous, but after listening to Councilman Penn, I'm pretty fired up now. Yeah. So I don't know if it's because I'm the new guy or one of the new faces on City Council, but I was told to keep it really short and sweet. Councilman Ben Reynolds said, look, man, you've got 2 minutes. And then during Corey Penn's address, he didn't get the memo. But no.
All right, well, anyway, I already know I'm going to enjoy Bo Fleming on the council there. So, again, if you want to see the entire speeches of Corey Penn or Bo Fleming, they're on YouTube. Also, Josh Woods. Josh Woods of District 6 also referred to the Corey Penn filibuster.
So, I will be brief. Not only because y'all chose to join us today, but also because I know that not only I and Councilmember Gregory here, we actually stand between you and cupcakes and cookies. So I definitely understand that the boys want to get out there. So, but I will be brief. I do want to say thank you.
All right. So anyway, Josh Woods, thank you also for trying to be brief and making the joke back to the Corey Penn address. Now, almost going to leave this topic for you because I know there's other things you'd like to hear about. Real quick, the council, in addition to being sworn in, they elected their officers, and C.J. Small was once again elected to be the president of the Mobile City Council. So C.J. Small will serve as president for the next 4 years. And Gina Gregory was once again voted council vice president. So she'll be council vice president for the next 4 years. Here's just a little bit of C.J. Small in his speech after being sworn in again.
Public service is not an individual journey. It's a shared calling. And I am forever grateful for those who walk this road besides me. to Mayor Spiro Cheragatis and my fellow members of the Mobile City Council, congratulations. Each of us bring unique experience, perseverance, and passion to this table. But wait, I say, the best is yet to come. But what unites us is a deep love for the city and a desire to see Mobile grow stronger, safer, and more exclusive for all who call it home. Mobile's story has only just begun. Mobile's story has always been one resilient, from our vibrant downtown and our waterfront to our neighborhoods, to our neighborhoods and our growing industries, and even to the new international airport, which is also located in District 3. But our future depends on how well we work together. We must continue to invest in our youth, protect our community, strengthen small businesses, and ensure that every citizen, regardless of where they live, feels safe, heard, and valued.
That is what, that is one of, I would love to feel safe, heard, and valued. I would. I'm trying to think. Maybe tonight I'll sit down and make some notes on time. Are there times I've felt all three things in Mobile? I'm sure there were. I'll just have to remember. What was it? Safe, heard, and valued. That was the council president, C.J. Small. And Gina Gregory, real quick before we go to break, just a little bit of hers, only because she points out how long she's been there. And it may surprise some folks.
For my husband, Todd, who was with me today, Todd has been here with me throughout thick and thin, been a lot of both. He was sitting here next to me a minute ago. He says, "Is it 6? Yeah. This is 6.
That's a long time.
And y'all were amazed when CJ said 13. I've been here 20 years. I've seen it all, I think. I've seen a lot of you all over the years, for sure.
All right, well, I wish all of the council members big success, along with the mayor. And again, you can watch all of their lengthy speeches. They all seem really long because they're politicians. You can watch all of that on the City of Mobile's YouTube channel. Back with more Uncle Henry Show after the break.
710 Time Saver Traffic from the Main Street Flooring and Design Traffic Center.
And we've got road work continuing on Highway 98 near Fairhope Avenue. Right now we've got some congestion on northbound Highway 31 from Spanish Fort to Highway 59. It's a 17-minute drive. Also on Highway 59 from I-10 to Gulf Shores, it's a 47-minute drive. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Baque.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle, founder of Blindster.com. I started
YouTube viewers, thank you if you're still watching. Say, I was looking, this is the time of year, of course, that every weekend is filled with events. It's like that in the autumn and the spring. I know you know this. I was just looking ahead already for this upcoming weekend, the Alabama Pecan Festival in Tillman's Corner. Just put that on your calendar. We, when I say we, my wife and I went to the Alabama Pecan Festival last year. It was more rustic than I had anticipated. So if you enjoy the rustic, the Alabama Pecan Festival is coming up this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in Tillman's Corner. And let me check and see. We do have a few people watching. Thank you for looking on the Uncle Henry Show. Hello to Steve. I hope everything went good at church, Steve. And what can I tell y'all while I'm waiting to go back on the radio? More evidence that America is filled with a lot of adults that are stuck as teenagers or children. I see that the Oreo company is releasing what they call a limited edition Thanksgiving dinner of cookies. Now, an adult would not want this or even conceive of the idea of it. An adult would not do this. This is from somebody that is still a child in their head. Oreo is coming out with a Thanksgiving dinner tin of cookies that has 6 flavors. Pumpkin pie Oreo, caramel apple pie Oreo, cranberry sauce Oreo, sweet potato Oreo, creamed corn Oreo, and turkey and stuffing Oreo. Now, see, that just doesn't, I just feel like there ought to be accountability in the Oreo. There should be accountability for this. This should not happen. At least not the turkey. Look, I believe in a free country, but clearly they've gone off the rails. Turkey and stuffing Oreo. Please tell me that it was a 10-year-old that invented this and not an adult. Creamed corn Oreo cookie. And the funny thing is probably all of the cookies will have none of the actual ingredients they mention. It'll all be moving a molecule. We're going to take a molecule from here and put it over here, and now it tastes like turkey. Let's see, what else can I tell you before going back on the radio? There's a group that is set up in Los Angeles, New York, Chicago, San Francisco, Philadelphia, and Washington, D.C., where they charge people $200 to hug strangers. Before you get to hug somebody, though, you are guided through meditation. You have to meditate before you can hug the stranger for $200.
Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. This is News Radio 710 WNTM, an iHeartRadio station.
The Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM. It is 5:50. You can also hear me on FM radio on 95 KSJ Monday through Friday from 10 to 2, playing today's hottest country. And all week long, I'll be giving away tickets to the Dylan Carmichael concert. This concert is the night of Veterans Day at Doherty's on Dauphin Island. We're trying to raise money for Vets Recover. Vets Recover is a group in Mobile that helps veterans going through very difficult things, PTSD, homelessness, addiction, all of these different things. Vets Recover does great works for veterans locally, and we're trying to raise money for Vets Recover with this concert. If you'd like to get tickets to the Dylan Carmichael concert, I'll be giving them away tomorrow. I believe that'll be in the 11 o'clock hour tomorrow on 95 KSJ. Tickets are on sale now at 95ksj.com for that concert, the night of Veterans Day on Dauphin Island. Let me see, I've got a caller here. Hello, caller.
Hey, good evening, Uncle Henry.
Cliff, you are live on the radio.
Uncle Henry, I want to pray that all of the new sworn-in people are successful in their endeavors.
Yes.
Also, praying for help for Bradley Byrne and his family. But whenever I hear somebody say about a safer Mobile, stump speeches like that, you know, it's like that one long speech is like a cheerleader trying to convince a team that they never won a game to inspire them so the crowd will believe that they might win this game, and knowing they pretty much will never win the game.
Yeah.
A safer Mobile been preached for a while. And now, seems to me the only person making money is undertakers. If we could get everybody to coordinate with the police and give them all the help they need, because you seem to overwhelm the police. You're building new stuff, new structures, new neighborhoods. You're building all these things. But you need to make it appealing for police officers to get on the job and want to stay on the job with all this crap going on with defunded police, and they're overwhelmed and outgunned by stupid people with guns and stupid people telling people with those guns it's okay to do crimes because you're poor. I've heard something a long time ago from a book I was reading by economists. And he said the problem with paying people to be poor is you're going to have a whole lot of poor people. And so if you're giving people no options but to stay that way, it's going to cause all of these things that we are having now. And until we get down to the root of the problem and stop having people like the Democrat Party and all these people that tell these people they like them, but they're letting these people starve. Ain't no love there. They only use them for one thing, and that's to vote. And I said, my uncle said 45 years ago, they're going to get some new black folk and some new poor folks over here. And these folks going to do what they want to say and do what they say do. And these people are fighting tooth and nail to get these illegals over here and put them on the insurance and every other dole they got. Because they need the voters, because the black voters, some of them, the much needed ones, are waking up. And the other half sitting here thinking, okay, Donald Trump has nothing to do with this here. It's the Senate. They need to get the senators on key, but they telling you we need this as their help. If we say that the poor people are going to be hurt, that's the only leverage they got on Donald Trump. But Donald Trump knows that $1.5 trillion is not going to the Medicare and health care for American people, because they gave more than $5 billion spent on the illegals to get them over here to put them in place. And they always put them in black neighborhoods, but the black people never get a dime, but they never understand that they're being used. You have a blessed day, Uncle Henry.
Thank you, Cliff. You have a blessed day as well. You know, Cliff mentioned Donald Trump having nothing to do with the shutdown. I think that's what he was implying there. Donald Trump will be gone off the political scene in just a few years, 3 years. But you've got people in Congress that are there like it's a lifetime appointment. Nancy Pelosi in Congress since 1987. Just think about that. This is with both political parties. We put a lot of attention on presidents, but we have a lot of problems that come from career politicians that go up in there and they don't want to leave until they're carried out.
I'm Chad Pergram with the Speaker's Law.
YouTube viewers, thank you for looking and viewing. Going to turn the camera off. There is more show coming up. I've got voicemails from 68-year-old Chris about the potluck dinner at church. We got all kind of stuff coming up after the break on News Radio 710 WNTM. But the camera being turned off now. Have a wonderful evening and a pleasant tomorrow.
White House Budget Director Russ Vought said the number of layoffs, quote, will probably end up being north of 10,000. Trump economic advisor Kevin Hassett warned on Fox Business that, quote, the president's actions to cancel silly government programs the Democrats love and to take away forever, that's really going to ramp up significantly. There are concerns about food security and aviation, and that's to say nothing of diminishing the buying power of Americans or their willingness to